Belgium Spa-Francorchamps, more than just a track. In the heart of the Ardennes forest, embraced by nature, lies an engineering trial. Despite being the longest circuit on the F1 calendar, every second of the race turns into a brief moment of awe. Because at Spa, time races, rain decides, and drivers redefine their limits. This legendary 7.004-kilometer track is a stage where the courage of drivers, the strategic intelligence of teams, and the technical mastery of engineers collide. The gradient of Eau Rouge, the blind corner of Raidillon, the DRS push on the Kemmel Straight. Every detail is a decision, every corner a showdown. Spa-Francorchamps, the place where the heart of Formula One beats. It tests the bravery of drivers, pushes teams to their limits, and offers spectators breathtaking moments and spectacular stories. The last decade, its pages have held not only victories but also emotions, dramas, and extraordinary strategies. So much has happened on this unique track. Now, come along as we recall the unforgettable epic moments Spa has written in the world of Formula One over the past 10 years. Verstappen's overtake at Blanchiment, 2015. Blanchiment, a corner where courage is the true measure in F1. In 2015, Max Verstappen, just 17 years old and driving for Toro Rosso, amazed the entire paddock with a millimetric overtake on Felipe Nasr from the outside line. At 300 kilometers per hour, it was a breathtaking maneuver. He finished the race in 8th place. This move was a harbinger of his aggressive racing style and future victories. Spa was the stage where Verstappen made his high-speed debut. Magnussen's Eau Rouge crash, 2016. Eau Rouge, more than a corner, a test of bravery. In 2016, Kevin Magnussen lost control at this corner and crashed his Renault car into the barriers. The impact was so severe that the car practically split in two. Silence followed. And then movement. Kevin's ability to exit the car unaided reminded everyone once again of Spa's dangerous beauty. Because Spa is one of the toughest technical and emotional tests in the world of Formula One. Hamilton versus Vettel, the strategy battle, 2017. Formula One is not just about having the fastest car. The right strategy and a skilled driver are indispensable elements of this high-speed sport. Lewis Hamilton started the 2017 race from pole, with Sebastian Vettel chasing closely behind. As the laps passed, a nerve-wracking duel ensued between the two. Following an accident involving Force India drivers, a safety car period reshaped the strategies. Despite Vettel's DRS pressure, Hamilton held his position. This race was won more by intelligence and patience than outright speed. Spa is also a stage for battles fought with brains. Ferrari's revival, 2018. Sebastian Vettel's move at the start, overtaking Hamilton on the Kemmel Straight without DRS, set the tone, and he steadily increased his lead. Ferrari reclaimed their dominance at Spa. Scuderia had not won here since 2009, and from the moment Vettel took the lead, it felt like a rebirth. This was a peak moment for Ferrari's engine power. Vettel's pass on Hamilton on the Kemmel Straight echoed in the hearts of Ferrari fans. Spa in 2018 was where Ferrari shed the weight of the past. Leclerc and Hubert, tears behind the victory, 2019. Sometimes, victory in Formula One is silence. In 2019, Charles Leclerc started from pole and held the lead throughout the race. Despite relentless pressure from Lewis Hamilton, he claimed his first career win at Spa. But there was no celebration, only respect. Because the day before, Leclerc's close friend and Formula 2 driver Anthoine Hubert had lost his life in a crash on the track. After the victory, Leclerc silently looked to the sky on the podium and placed his hand over his heart. Spa, in that moment, was both a birthplace of champions and a place of deep sorrow. Silent Spa under the pandemic, 2020. In 2020, Spa echoed only with the sound of engines for the first time. The stands were empty, the paddock was quiet. Mechanics wore masks, and the atmosphere was tense. Yet the race pace was intact. Fans watching from home enjoyed the pure thrill of the engine sounds. Spa succeeded in keeping the spirit of Formula One alive despite the COVID-19 pandemic, because the character of the track always goes beyond the atmosphere. The shortest race in history, 2021. The 2021 race was rain-soaked, but never really started. Initially, the race was postponed, and due to worsening weather conditions, it never officially began. Only 3 laps were completed behind the safety car. The 2021 Belgian Grand Prix broke the record for the shortest race in F1 history by lasting only 3 laps behind the safety car before being stopped with a red flag. Fans were disappointed, but Spa made history. Although the race was cancelled, half points were awarded to the top 10 drivers. Spa sometimes becomes a place not for racing, but for nature's verdict. The 2021 race was the shortest, yet one of the most talked about events in F1 history. Russell's Dance with the Rain, 2021. In the same season's qualifying session, George Russell took his Williams to second place on a wet track. The team garages watched him silently, filled with admiration. Spa welcomes not the biggest cars, but the biggest hearts. Russell showed more than the car's potential that day. His first podium came under Spa's intense rain with an epic qualifying performance. This feat revealed his noticeable talent and marked a crucial milestone in his inclusion in the Mercedes Young Driver program. Verstappen's dominance at Spa, 2022 to 2024. 3 years in a row. Max Verstappen was unstoppable at Spa. Rain or dry conditions, tire changes didn't matter. He consistently surged ahead on the track. With the superior engineering of Red Bull, he painted an exceptional performance chart at Spa, particularly in the 2022 race. Starting 14th due to grid penalties and finishing first was extraordinary. Although Dutch, Max spent his childhood in Belgium's Hasselt. Both his birthplace and his dominance at Spa led to the race being referred to as his home Grand Prix. Spa was the fortress Verstappen passionately built. Russell's victory and the power of rules, 2024. George Russell started 6th on the grid. Using a single pit stop strategy, he gradually climbed to the lead. When he crossed the finish line, everyone thought he had won. But then, the weigh-in. The car was officially underweight by just 1.5 kilograms. Shortly after, news came that George was disqualified from the race. The victory went to Lewis Hamilton. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff admitted, "There are no excuses, the mistake was ours." This incident highlighted Formula One's millimeter precision and Spa's nature of teaching lessons even when winning. Spa-Francorchamps. Every corner is a test of character, every straight a beginning of a story. In the past 10 years, Spa has been a stage not only for races but for people, emotions, and history. At Spa, the steering wheel in drivers' hands is not just a tool, but the direction of fate. Because Spa asks its drivers at every corner, "Are you truly ready?" Eau Rouge and Raidillon are not just reflexes, they are faith. La Source is the sacred point of timing. The Kemmel Straight asks those who want to pass, "Are you ready to pay the price?" For teams, Spa is more than engineering, it's strategy. Weather conditions change by the minute. One side of the track can be dry while the other wet. Tire choice is instinct, fuel load a guessing game. Here, a team's intelligence is tested. Rainfall, wind direction, temperature changes. Nothing is constant at Spa. This variability turns the line between victory and defeat into a razor's edge walk. Spa's weight is measured not only by its history. Certainly, Schumacher's first steps, Leclerc's tearful victory, Hubert's farewell form the spirit of the track. But Spa's true value lies in asking every new generation the same question. Can you add another line to this story? Because Spa-Francorchamps is the memory of Formula One, a milestone that births legends, shapes heroes, and reminds us of the rules. Every lap is different from other races on the calendar, because Spa is not only raced on, it is lived. And every season, this circuit reminds us once again, true speed is measured by true heart. Spa is not just a stop on the calendar. It is the heartbeat of Formula One, and that pulse echoes anew every year in the Ardennes forest. Of course, drivers have also shared their thoughts about this amazing circuit at various times as we recount all aspects and unforgettable moments of this legendary track. Now let's take a look at what each driver has said about Spa. Spa is an amazing circuit, but more needs to be done in terms of safety. There's a reason behind this statement. Hamilton emphasized that certain sections of the track need to be reassessed, especially after the tragic accident of young driver Delano Van Hoff. He pointed out the risks of high-speed corners like Eau Rouge and argued that the FIA should take more concrete steps. Racing at Spa reveals a driver's character. Vettel has often mentioned that Spa challenges drivers both physically and mentally with its unpredictable weather and technical corners. He called Eau Rouge a test of courage, highlighting how the track separates true racers from the rest. Spa is special to me. Racing here feels like being at home. Verstappen, who grew up around Spa, considers this his home race. With back-to-back victories, he's turned Spa into his personal stage. The sea of orange Dutch fans makes the circuit even more meaningful for him. Dancing in the rain at Spa is driving in its purest form. After his remarkable qualifying result with Williams in 2021, Russell described Spa as one of the few tracks where a driver can truly make a difference. He highlighted how wet conditions bring vehicle control and bravery to the forefront. Spa is one of the truest racing circuits on the calendar. Alonso has stated that Spa is unique from an engineering standpoint, as it tests both aerodynamic and mechanical balance. He noted, "Winning here isn't just about speed, it's about intelligence," drawing attention to the track's strategic side. Spa is still my favorite circuit of the year. Eau Rouge is a very special moment the first time you go through it, but the rest of the track is also flowing and fun. Being in the middle of the forest gives it a unique atmosphere. Piastri emphasizes that Spa is unmatched not just for its corners, but also for its natural setting. His racing experiences in junior categories have made the track unforgettable for him. After the first lap, Eau Rouge no longer feels like a corner, but the rest of the track has so much character. The curbs, gradients, cambers, all of it is unique to Spa. Albon states that the technical details of Spa enhance the driving experience and give the track a distinctive personality. Spa is still special. Especially in the rain, it adds extra excitement and difficulty. Eau Rouge is easy on a dry track now, but the history and scenery still make it unique. Hülkenberg acknowledges that the challenge of Spa has lessened with modern cars, but the circuit's legacy remains strong. Spa is still a great track, but it's not as demanding as it used to be. There used to be 3 or 4 challenging corners, now maybe just 2. But if it rains, Eau Rouge is still scary. Ricciardo notes that Spa has changed over time, but is still one of the most thrilling circuits on the calendar. Spa is still very enjoyable. It gets even harder in the rain. Eau Rouge is easy in dry conditions, but with a high fuel load and worn tires, it can still be tough. Bottas states that Spa's technical challenges still hold up, and the track remains fun to drive in any condition. Spa carries many meanings, not only for those watching, but also for everyone on the track. So, what does this circuit mean to you? What's your favorite detail about it? Can you share an unforgettable moment that's not in this video? Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. See you in the next video.